So the US NSC spokesman John Kirby has said and spoken on the vandalization. We have now news coming in from Canada. This is very disturbing. A journalist covering the Khalistan supporters' vandalism was roughed up. This troll army, so to say, on the ground, heckled a journalist of Indian origin, and cops were mere spectators at this time. This is definitely getting not just about putting a flag atop, but leading to physical scuffles as well. This is expectedly coming in from Canada, where some of these actions are increasing by the day. The cops asked the journalist to move from the location temporarily. No action yet taken on these Khalistan ideologues. This individual, a journalist by the name of Kaushal, then took it to social media to pen down what exactly happened. And joining me live in this bulletin is Kaushal. He's the news director, Radio AM600 from British Columbia in Canada. Samir, so you put out that tweet, and it's very disconcerting because, yes, as journalists, we can be facing different situations, but there is this pattern now emerging. What exactly happened? Can you tell me more about it?
Yes, so actually, thank you so much for taking me. You know, yesterday at approximately 6 o'clock in the evening, there was an event scheduled by Indo-Canadian diaspora to welcome the Indian High Commissioner, Mr. Sanjay Kumar Verma, as after his appointment, this was the first time he was visiting the west coast of Canada. And there were functions in Gurudwara Sahib and in temples. And then with the Indian diaspora, he was scheduled to meet, you know, Indo-Canadian diaspora over there. But one group of pro-Khalistani supporters, they, you know, disturbed all that event. They blocked that event, and they were start protesting over there. And by the time I reached there, I thought that they're gonna, you know, demonstrate according to the Canadian values. They're gonna demonstrate peacefully. But when I reached there, they were blocking all the way. And there were a few RCMP officers over there, our Royal Canadian Mounted Police officers over there. Pushed them and I'm supposed to go in, and they told me to go and check with the those support,
yes,
you know, protesters. And when I reached to those protesters, I told them, I mean, I want to go in. They refused to let me go in. And when they told me that why you are here, I said I'm here to cover the event of Indian High Commissioner. Then they told me no one can go in, and I told them, since I am here, can I?
What was the language used, Samir? Was it derogatory in a way, objectionable, outrageous, or were they just shouting slogans? Can you tell us about the sort of discourse that they are indulging in?
Yeah, they basically they were just you know, very aggressive in the slogans. They were using abusive words in Punjabi language. Then they were using you know, very derogatory remarks for the Prime Minister of India, and they were tagging us with the Prime Minister Narendra Modi or Amit Shah, and they were you know.
Samir, also yes, picture. Also because as a journalist that you were standing there, were you deliberately targeted because you appeared to be of Indian origin, or were there all journalists being targeted? How many people were there? Do tell us about what exactly. Did you feel deliberately targeted there at that point?
Absolutely. I was deliberately targeted because I always took a very balanced stand on my radio as well, in our newscast as well. And we present the actual fact, what is happening in India or in Punjab. We always show the both sides of the pictures. But I think these groups, these vigilante groups, I should say, yes, they always go behind those persons, those who speak in favor of India or speak in favor of India's policies. And they always you know, tag them in the lines of that we are like the you know, agency ke bande or something like that, and they just give this narrative to the Indo-Canadian diaspora over here. But people know them, and there were approximately 125 people of that group, and I haven't seen any prominent personality from city of Surrey or from British Columbia with them. Well,
that's good to hear. That's good to hear. We hope that these are still smaller groups. Tell us, my final question would be, Samir, what do you think is happening in Canada specifically? Because that's where the Khalistan ideologues and their extremist support base has primarily got the push. That's where they found their safe haven before UK or even Australia. So do tell us, is this a small section still? is this gaining ground? Because it does appear that they're smaller for now, but it's how is their support base changing? Because I also know many Sikhs, whether in India or abroad, who are confronting these extremists, who are saying that you're giving our community and India a bad name by what you're doing. And therefore, I want to understand what's happening on the ground. What is the level of extremism that's been able to spread?
Even today, when I was discussing with my audience the whole scenario which happened yesterday,
yes,
and most of our listeners, they were saying that this is so bad. I mean, by going this with the aggressive moves or with these kind of violent protests, we are not going to achieve anything as far as the Punjabi community is concerned. But on the other hand, Canada is a beautiful place, and the people over here, they are very nice. But you know, these kind of groups, those who are trying to globally make a shameful, these kind of protests, and they are deliberately shaming the Punjabi community, especially the Indo-Canadian community, with their acts. I think sooner or later, our forces, our intelligence agencies, they're going to come to know what is the reality. And I am very much sure that Indo-Canadian diaspora, the people, those who absolutely those who abide by the law, they are not going to tolerate this kind of behavior.
Absolutely. To make it very clear, these, remember, are not simply from the Sikh community. These are radicalized Khalistan supporters. There are many Sikhs who are protesting against the sort of behavior being shown some of these ideologues and supporters. Samir, thank you so much for speaking to India today. Stay safe and keep reporting objectively like you say you've been doing, and that's very important at these times.